Outer Banks is set to bring us to the edge of our seats with another season full of twists and turns. The show has become so popular on Netflix that even before Outer Banks 3 was released, Netflix renewed it for a 4th season. And it's all because of the thrilling storyline, which is only going to get better with season 4. The 4th season will change the whole narrative because in the first 2 seasons, the story was driven by Big John's disappearance. Whatever the group did, it somehow got linked to Big John. And although we didn't get to see him, there was a lot of build-up going on. So when the 3rd season finally showed us Big John and the search for the Pogues ended for good, it felt like a huge shift from the traditional plot of the series. The fans thought that the creators were going to tease the audience for a couple more seasons and then reveal that Big John had lost his life long ago. But no one expected him to be alive, and when he was reunited with his son, it was the moment we were all waiting for. What started then was a series of life-threatening encounters with enemies and constant search for the treasure. And the father-son duo also bonded in the meantime. However, by the end of season 3, Big John lost his life in the arms of his son. Now fans are wondering what exactly would be the driving force behind the story. It's pretty certain that the show won't follow its typical pattern anymore because after Big John, everything changes. When Big John was missing, John B had a motivation to continue on his path, but after losing his father, he might be down in the dumps in the new season. Although he seemed pretty motivated by the end of season 3, it will hit him soon enough that if he continues down the same path, he might end up like his father, and it will be a huge eye-opener for him. It's also possible for John B to go through an existential crisis in the 4th season, and he won't have his father to guide him through this time. He'll become a little too obsessed with finding the treasure, and because of that, he'll start having relationship problems, as Sarah will feel ignored. Not only this, but they've had issues in the past too, so it might be the last nail in the coffin. Although we saw John B trying to live a normal life with his surf shop alongside Sarah, things will take a dramatic turn from here. The search for El Dorado might be over, but there are a lot more treasures, just waiting for someone like John to explore them. And we saw that happening when a stranger came to John with a map for a new quest, and instead of sending him off, John started smiling. It's an indication that John isn't done with quests after all, and will be seen in his original element yet again in the 4th season. But it's very likely that the people who were after his father won't let him live peacefully either. There's also a good chance that Sarah and the other members won't be as willing for another quest after what they've been through, so John would also have to convince them. And for the first time in 3 seasons, the motivation for John to join a quest wouldn't be tied back to his father, so it will be interesting to see him being all passionate about something that he wants for himself. It might not be good for his relationship with Sarah, but it surely is great for his character development, because he can't live in the shadow of his father forever. And it's also being speculated that in the 4th season, someone close to them, in fact someone from the Pogues, will lose their life, and it will be a huge wake-up call for the whole group. By the end of season 4, their lives will be hanging by threads, but that won't be the end of their story, because the creators have a lot to add into the current storyline, and it can't just be summed up in the 4th season. It's also being said that Sarah's family will continue to create problems for her, and although she's kind of a rebel, it will take a toll on her mental health as well. It won't be long until all of them are tired from this constant life of running around. As we already know that Pope is kind of career-driven, so he won't miss a chance to go out and study, and that might put a wrench on the unity of the group. However, according to theorists, it won't be long until John finds himself in a life-threatening situation and they'll all have to reunite and save him. It will surely be the most iconic scene of Outer Banks. Also, a big part of season 4's relationship paradigm will be Kiara and JJ. They've been friends for so many years that it feels like they're meant to be. Besides, there's 3 seasons worth of build-up, and the proposal scene in the 3rd season was so iconic that we can't wait to finally see them figure out relationship stuff together.
Love you too.
But that's not going to be the only romantic couple, because the fans think that Pope will also find himself falling for Cleo after getting back to North Carolina. And as there's so much spark between the two, there's no reason why something can't happen between them. Some fan theories suggest that the 4th season isn't going to be great on the romantic front for John, because as he plans on embarking on this new journey, Sarah might be left behind. Some fans also think that Sarah is tired of running after the treasure, and after the tragedies of the last season, she won't be emotionally strong enough to go go through it all over again. Apart from the romantic lives of the group, we might also see a huge change in their financial conditions. Some fans think that before losing his life, Big John gave something to John B that will help him get the most precious treasure ever. And it also seems plausible, considering how many years Big John spent on treasure hunting, so obviously he knew things that were worth a lot more than the shroud. It was also the reason why he was kept in prison for so long, and that might be something he told his son. And when John B saw the map of the same place in the hands of a stranger, he couldn't help but smile.
Blackbeard.
It seems a little far-fetched, but the creators won't just end Big John's storyline without adding a twist into it. As John B will try to find the treasure his father hinted him about, he won't be the only one there, because there are plenty of big fish in the pond that will be tracing every one of his steps. So John B will have to risk his own life and the life of his friends to continue this quest. But apart from the intense stuff, there's also a fan theory that has caught the interest of even the stars of the show. The theory suggests that JJ and Sarah are actually half-siblings with the same biological mother but different fathers. If this is true, then it will change the way we look at these characters forever. In addition, we never really heard much about Sarah's mother or even saw her in the show, so there's a good chance that Sarah and JJ had the same mother, but they just don't know it yet. It will be quite a shocker when they get to know about this twisted reality about their relationship. But the creepiest of all theories is that the whole group is related to each other, and they have the same mother. But it also makes Sarah and John B half-siblings, and that surely is creepy. It might also be revealed in the 4th season why their mother was never in the picture, and chances are that she lost her life because of Luke. If the 4th season even reveals half of the information about the mother, then it'll be so difficult for all of them to digest it, and they'll most likely question all of their life choices from this moment onwards. Madeline Klein, the actress who plays Sarah, also thinks that it's a great fan theory, and she has even forwarded it to the showrunners because she thinks that it'll be really fun to know that they've been long-lost siblings all along, especially when Sarah really hits it off with JJ. Another interesting thing that might go down in the 4th season is the revelation that Cara Limbri, the woman who's been hunting the shroud all along, is the mother of Sarah and JJ. It's only fair to assume that, because their mother has been missing for so long, and we do see some connection between them. That's not even it, because some of the fans think that the 4th season will reveal that Sarah and John were retelling this whole story to their children, and it was nothing but a tale of their treasure hunts. It means none of the action was taking place in the present, but everyone got their happy ending. As Season 3 was only released a couple of days ago, we might have to wait a little longer before we really know what's going to happen in Outer Banks 4. It will most likely be released in 2024, and we won't be seeing a trailer until next year either. Although the good thing is that the creators have already started working on the new season, and there's a chance that they might actually be considering some unique fan theories that no one really expected. So, what's your theory about the plot of Outer Banks 4? Do you think the story is gonna only get crazier from this point onwards? As always, let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.